In 2020, a game released that would define a generation. A game that would reshape games as we know it, for better or for worse. A game that offered a massive open world, RPG mechanics, visually stunning graphics, and an extensive and intriguing narrative. That game was Genshin Impact, a live service anime action RPG made by Chinese company Hoyoverse, or as it was known at the time, MiHoYo. And the popularity was unbelievable.
Your popularity truly was quite stunning.
It took a moment or two, but Genshin skyrocketed into the mainstream. Something pretty unheard of for games of this type. Not this type right here, specifically that part. Now, Genshin stands among giants like Fortnite and League of Legends, a major player in the live service games industry, and, like all successful games, has led to countless other titles being spawned inspired by both it and its monetization model.
I can see it, clear as day.
About 2 years ago, I made a video talking about the influence that Genshin would have on the industry, or the impact, if you want to be funny. I was confident that the success of Genshin would lead to many companies attempting to replicate its wondrous and very expensive popularity. It's not really a bold prediction.
This is not fortune-telling. You're just saying what's happening right now.
Now, some games I referenced, like Assassin's Creed Jade, made by Ubisoft, still have not released. It is, unsurprisingly, taking a lot of time for developers to make these huge open-world experiences that also work on mobile. But it feels like every few months, we see another one of these big, free-to-start open-world mobile games pop up. From Wuthering Waves to Anata, to Arid, to Silver Palace, there are so many others still on the way on top of those. And it likely stems from Genshin's success, as before it came out, most mobile games took the form of simple, level-based action RPGs, turn-based RPGs, and auto games. And some puzzle games. There's a list of things that mobile games encompassed, but they were never as expansive as open-world games that you would expect to run on a console or a PC. Genshin opened the door to these kinds of games, and now other companies are all running for that door, which really shouldn't surprise anyone given the success that Genshin has captured.
Shara, please, just a second. I would appreciate a moment to reconsider my decision.
And that success comes in spite of what the vocal minority seems to push, which is the heated topic of video game monetization. Gacha is a monetization model that utilizes many predatory tactics. One of the biggest ones people will talk about is FOMO, or the fear of missing out. Now, why is this a big deal? Because aggressive monetization in video games tends to bring out the worst in people, and sometimes in games as well. In Genshin, the monetary cost to obtain a single 5-star character is upwards of $400, assuming that you do not get lucky. Gachas rely on a luck-based system in order for you to obtain characters, or whatever you're pulling for. I don't really want to get into the nitty-gritty of exactly what gacha is, but think of it as a simplified gambling system. The chance of you getting your beloved 5-star character is relatively incredibly low. There are also things like pity systems, but if we get into that, we're going to be here for a long time, and I don't think we need to totally explain that, but the game itself is free. You can experience and clear most of the content without spending a dime, and you can get free currency to pull for characters. Just don't expect to pull for every single one. But back to my main point, in the West, this monetization model is looked down upon. Out of the popular models, it's probably the one looked down upon the most. Essentially, it's the same as loot boxes, which people famously love. I won't deny that it has its issues, but either way, Genshin and Hoyoverse have made a fortune using this model, and it's no surprise that it remains a consistent factor in every single game the company has put out to date. And in spite of that, Genshin's popularity outside of Asia is nothing to sneeze at. Whether we like it or not, the talk against most monetization in games tends to be the loud minority, like most things. Games can monetize fairly aggressively compared to over a decade ago, where most things were comparatively cheap. The gacha element of Genshin has greatly contributed to its success, and ultimately has led a majority of its competitors to use the exact same model. So it's not just specifically the games industry this has had an impact on, this has also had an impact on mobile games and gacha games as a whole. There are so many games now that use this 50-50, 90 hard pity model.
No! I did my dailies, bro! Let me.
Genshin is a special game. Whether you like the game or not has nothing to do with the reason behind its success. I for one like it, so I'm going to see most of what it does in a positive light. But you could also see it as a game that leaves a stain on the industry. That choice is up to you. I'm not here to debate about that. I'm here to talk about the impact it's having on the industry. As an example, I really don't like Overwatch. Used to play it a lot, really don't like it now. I understand why the core player base finds it fun, and I understand why it continues to see success.
Monsieur, does this mean Overwatch is back?
No.
The point is that there is a lot that goes into Genshin. The development team clearly has a passion and a vision, and uses a lot of that money that's coming in to assist in developing the game. And the game exceeds expectations of its own fan base a lot of the time. Of course, it's not all flawless, there are certainly complaints, and very valid ones at that. But the game itself continues to improve and expand. There truly is a lot that goes into it, from things in the game to things outside of the game. I mentioned this in the other video, but the promotional material for Genshin is kind of meshed to be part of the game. Like, if you're not looking at that stuff, you're missing out on part of the game, which could bother some people because why aren't these in the game itself? Like, why can't I play some of these videos within the game? I think they should be in there. But long story short, it does feel like it's one cohesive part of the game. They want you to see these videos and also play the game. And some people might not do that, and some people will, but it's part of the experience, in my opinion. Anyways, what started out as a Breath of the Wild inspired mobile game with anime characters has evolved into a game that's much more than that. It does something a lot of its competitors just don't do well, which is direction. Not every story or even game needs direction, but given how long-winded Genshin is, as the main plotline has been going on for 5 years now, having that direction towards the endgame story goal, at least for me, makes the long-lasting narrative more interesting. There are several gachas I've tried in the past, several that I'm playing, and Genshin is the one that has me the most invested in its overarching plot and lore. And I have to give credit to the people behind the game, because no matter what you may think, I do believe that Genshin is actually a good game. That said, its overall influence on the game industry, well, it's impactful. I won't say that it's necessarily a good thing, given these games are hungry for your time, but the influence it has had on the industry overall does not change my opinion on the game itself. There are things to like and dislike about both the monetization model and the way the games work overall. Things like limited time events and preying on your fear of missing out can be seen as problematic, and I wholly understand that. But the influence that all of that has had on the overall games industry does not change my opinion on the game itself. For better or for worse, there are a lot of these big open world gacha games on the horizon, and some already out now. And it really is up to you on whether you decide that they're worth your time or not. I don't think anyone can deny that Genshin Impact has made its impact on the gaming industry. And you can let me know what you think about Genshin and potentially its impact on the industry overall in the comments down below. As always, you can leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe to the channel for more things JRPG related. I guess this is a CRPG, but you get the point. Anime RPG related, who cares? So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. And I guess, coincidentally, if you play Genshin, happy 5-year anniversary, because this is going to be coming out like 2 days before that.